We're a relatively small for a steel business, and we need to grow. We were very complex. Our systems were old. They were becoming expensive to maintain. It took a very long time for us to respond to customers. That lost time meant that we didn't win business. We decided that SAP was going to be our platform of transformation. Where we landed was, let's upgrade to S4 Rise now, while our SAP implementation is less complex. We were really looking for a partner which could take us through blueprinting and planning and execution. And we chose Fujitsu because they brought skills and talent and capability to all of those cycles, knowing that this process was going to be a very long one, multiple years. What we really needed was something to help us think in the big picture. How does the flow of business activity from first contact with a customer through shipping them product, not just the details of how we execute transactions, but how does that work? And the design thinking element that Fujitsu brought to us was really about how do we think in that big picture. I think the Fujitsu team was good about driving it to the best that can be and challenging us to think about how much change are we willing to take on and how much change are we not willing to take on. Our transformation has never just been about the technology side. It's really been about how we become easier to do business with, how we drive efficiency and cost effectiveness in our business process. The time from when a customer contacts us to the time that we can acknowledge an order needs to go from days to minutes. And we'll be able to measure that going forward. So we're responding much more quickly to our customers. In some of the markets we serve, that's important in order to win the order. And we free our people up to work on the things that really add value to our customers and not the administrative things that we've needed to do in the past. So a good example of that would be in our legacy environment today, I have 27,000 items, things that I sell to a customer. When we're done with this process, we're going to have 7,000 to 8,000. The difference there is in the make-to-order model, the customer has sat at the top of the data hierarchy and all the products lined up underneath the customer. So if I sell the exact same product to two different customers, I'd have two different items in the catalog, and if I sold it to more, I'd have even more. So that's a bit of inefficiency that our process has contained in the past, which we're going to be able to drive out. We make steel today. If we decided to make other types of metals in the future, the elements of the process needed to do that will already be there, and we won't have to go rebuild them. So our time to realize those strategic aspirations is much shorter and less expensive than having to rethink that process from the beginning.